Hello and welcome to another video. This is Maruna's manga channel and today we are going to do some more storyboarding for my manga. And specifically in this video, we are going to put particular focus on action scenes. For anyone who reads Shounen Mangas, you will know that action scenes are really important. Although, I don't think action scenes make or break a shonen manga. There are a lot of shonen mangas that doesn't have any fight scenes or action scenes, like Death Note or Akare Banashi. But I do find that action is a very important element in a lot of popular and classic shonen mangas. I especially like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. Oh, but recently I started reading this new manga called Kagurabachi, and the action scenes are fantastic. And even something like Blue Giant, which is a jazz manga, has phenomenal action scenes of the characters playing music. So yeah, I hope I can do the genre justice and make my action scene work. Okay, so the scene breakdown for today's video, it's really simple. Is going to be Harper fighting the monster to protect Stella, but then realizing that she can't defeat it, she's going to open the portal to the Chaos Realm and take Stella in there to run away. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so page 1, I want the monster to attack Harper and Stella, but I don't really want it to attack them with its fangs or claws, because that's it's a lot. So I'm going to first make it attack with its tendrils, its shadow tendril things. Oh my gosh, my drawings. I'll try and see, it'll attack from multiple angles. And Harper will use her sword. I want to sort of, just in the one panel, I see them do this in manga quite often. In the one panel, they'll do this swinging. It's like in the one image, they'll do multiple things at once. And as she swipes away the tendrils, she also will start running forward. Sorry, this drawing is quite rough, but that's page 1 for today. Page, I want to another page with 2 big panels. After she deflected those attacks, Harper will come running towards the monster. So it'll be quite a dramatic angle. And Harper. And I'm gonna split that panel and sort of do like a profile of the monster with its fang-like things, like it's almost about to attack again. And maybe I'll put an insert of Harper's feet. Oh my gosh, like she's about to jump up. Yeah, okay, so this is page 3 with Harper about to attack the monster getting ready to take her on, and an insert of Harper's feet about to launch off. Page 3, it's almost like that previous shot of her feet was the anticipating panel, and then on the next big panel I want to show the result. So this is almost like the shoulder area of the monster, and it got like and then it has like a huge it's almost like some kind of blast went through it. This is the monster's face, because Harper, it's all of a bit of a scribble at the moment, but it's almost like Harper tore through its shoulders with her sword, landed on the other side. The monster is sort of just still standing, but there's a bit of a damage in its shoulder. In the distance, Stella is standing there just to show us where everyone is. I want to make the monster actually be perfectly fine with that attack just then. Like it didn't actually hurt it. So we sort of see the monster. This is like, because on the previous shot it's looking this way, and in this panel it's looking the other way, so it lets us know that we're looking at it from the other side, so from where Stella is standing. But then the monster turns because essentially the monster is after Stella. I want to add an expression for Stella here, who is terrified, still holding her arm, which got injured. But then Harper, who came rushing back. Maybe I might do it a wider shot here so you can see what she's doing. She's essentially running back to Stella. Maybe we can see in this panel the monster, the backside of the monster. Okay, so that's page 4. Sorry I'm not doing as much chatting here. I'm just trying to get my head around this sequence. I'm gonna do another nice big money shot here. So in the previous panel, Stella has her sword out like she's about to swipe the monster again. So in this panel, she will. And maybe she would sort of slice the ankles of the monster to try and make it stop moving. Like I want this shot to be quite dramatic. So she came down low. These are the legs of the monster, which got sliced. Maybe another leg you can see here. Maybe even a third one, depending on how the angle works. I think Harper's hair would really make a beautiful after motion to everything she does. So as long as my drawing skills are good, I think this panel would look quite nice. We shall see how that goes. And then in the next panel, we will see the monster topple. So essentially that attack didn't really hurt it because it can recover quite quickly, but because it's unbalanced, it causes it to trip. Okay, that was page 5. Page 6. When I sort of do these diagonal things, I'm just sort of like testing out each one to see how because in my brain I have an idea of what I want to draw, and I'm putting down the diagonal line to see which way the drawing would work better. So So because in this panel I sort of want to see Harper run through underneath the monster. Actually, sorry, because I want to see the monster. Yeah, actually, I'd actually leave it flat for now. So in the background we see the monster trip, or it just lands on the ground because it's lost its footing. Probably make Harper look bigger there. She obviously still has her sword. And then we see Stella is grabbed by Harper by her non-injured arm, and she's just like, we need to run. So this is like a side shot where Harper has grabbed Stella from here. She has her sword here, and the dialogue would be something like, we need to run now, something like that. Okay, so that will be page 6. Probably a panel for Stella here, who is still quite shook. She's probably asking very obvious questions like, what is that thing? Or who are you? Is there a sensitive bunny running that way? This is Harper. Probably will need an image of them running, but the monster in the distance is recovering, so we can see it sort of standing back up. Some buildings. There will be probably dialogue between Harper and Stella here. So when Stella asks what's happening, Harper, she might say something like, I've got no time to explain, or we just need to run, I can't defeat it right now, or some obscure exposition like that. Then probably a close-up on Harper, maybe looking back, saying something maybe like, not saying, but maybe she'll just be thinking in her head. Monologues, I'm going to probably put in boxes rather than the speech bubbles to tell us it's a monologue or what she's thinking. And she's probably thinking something like, we probably can't outrun it, the monster. So Harper's about to take Stella into the Chaos Realm, and she's technically not allowed to do that, but in her mind, she's deciding that that's the only way to escape from this monster. So the dialogue would have something to do with that. Page 8. On this page, Harper is going to open the portal to the Chaos Realm, and I had a bit of a think about what that will look like. I have decided to make Harper with her sword, which is magical. She's going to stab the ground, and that will make the portal flow out from the ground. I'm going to add an insert of her. She would probably say here, I have no choice, as she grabs the hilt of her sword, like in a way that you can stab the ground with. And then she'll lift up the sword. It's almost like she's about to, it's like the opposite pose of taking the sword out of the stone. And Stella is like, what? What are you doing? A down shot of stabbing the ground. That's Stella standing behind her. Maybe there could be some magical things like fractals coming out of the ground here now. so that is page 8. And then on this panel, we will have another insert of the sword, like an insert of the sword in the ground. Something like this, maybe? That's in the ground. But then something like a swirling or some kind of magical effect is starting to happen. And then a nice big panel, it's the ground of, it's almost like I haven't figured out what kind of special effects I want to use to represent the portal of the Chaos Realm, but it will probably look quite chaotic. Either it'll look like fire or just dark shadows, like almost something similar to the dark tendrils. And it would, so like a portal would appear from the ground. Just to see the size, it's Harper and Stella. Actually, it might be better, rather than standing next to it, to sort of see them facing it, because that might look better. There'll be a nice shadow. Wait, I think Stella was on this side, actually. So yes, that's the portal to the Chaos Realm. That's page 9. Page 10 is going to be of them going in. Stella is rightly terrified. She's like, what is that? That's the portal in the foreground. I want Harper to pull Stella into this thing. Actually, Harper will probably be in the center, probably holding her hand or her arm. I don't want her to be pulling on her injured arm here, because I think Harper is more considerate than that, but I might just have to adjust either the composition or which arm Stella is going to get injured to make this scene work. And a shot of the two on profile, and Harper goes in to the portal, and Stella also goes in. So it's just 3 panels of just seeing what's happening there. So that's the last panel, would be Stella disappearing into the flames. Or the portal, whatever that's going to look like eventually. The last page for today is of the monster. So this is the portal which has shrunk, and then the monster coming near it. But then the portal disappears, leaving the monster out here. Ideally, I really want to add one more panel, one more page to see the monster also disappear. But I'm not too sure if that's really worthy of one whole page. I might add the monster at the back here as well. But if the monster disappears at the same... Actually, no, okay, we'll do this. We see the portal disappear on the first panel, so it's too tiny for the monster to go in. And once it disappears, the monster also disappears. The monster essentially disappears now because the monster is really, it can only really exist around Stella. So if Stella is no longer in the real world, which she isn't, that's why the monster also disappears. But we'll, but that's sort of foreshadowing for later. Okay, so that's the last page for today. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed watching that process. It is even more messier than the last video that I did, so I'm sorry about that. Once all of the storyboarding is finished, I am going to do another big round of editing, which I will make a video of. So none of this is going to be the final shot choices or the panel arrangement choices, but I am happy with how it looks at the moment, although it is probably going to greatly depend on how the cleanup is going to go, the roughing and the cleanup is going to go later in the line. But in the next video, we are going to go into the chaos realm, which I'm really excited about because it's going to be probably the more creative part of this story. So I hope you can tune into that one as well. Thank you so much for watching another video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.